Hi, I'm Jennifer from Shabby Fabrics with part 2 of our Back to School series. In part 1, I showed you how to make the fabric folder and embellish it with the cute shabby shape. Really fun project. Today I'll be showing you how to make the pennant banner using the hex and more ruler. Now we have other projects that use the hex and more ruler, so it's a great investment. To get started, of course, you'll just select your fabrics and we back them with fusible webbing. Today we use a heat and bond light. You could also use a heat and bond heavy, which will give it an even stiffer appearance. So the first thing you'll want to do is we use the 6.5 inch jewel shape. Now on the hex and more ruler, boy, you have a lot of opportunities with this ruler. This says 4.5 inch hexagon, and down at the point here, or near the point, it says 6.5 inch jewel. That's what you're going for today. Now you'll want to cut once you have your fabric back with the heat and bond, cut your strips to 6 3/4, not 6.5. And that's because if you can see this on the ruler, it's a blunt tip. Well, we want a pointy tip, so we added an extra 1/4 of an inch. So cut your strips to 6 3/4, which is what this measures here. Then all you'll need to do is where it says 4.5 inch hexagon, put that ruler right on the very top of that fabric, and you'll go ahead and you'll cut those two sides. Then just flip your fabric over, and you see how there's the shape right there? You'll just lay that down where you just cut, and you'll make the other two cuts. Now you can always stack more than one fabric together to save time in cutting. So that's another way to save a little bit more time. Now all you'll do is just simply peel off that heat and bond. You'll want to use some kite string. This is like a crochet. I wouldn't call it a thread, but it's kind of almost a crochet yarn. It's very thin, and that's what we used back here. So as you can see, when you fold this over, it naturally finds how far you should fold it. Because if you go too far, you'll see this sticking out. So you're only going to fold it down to where it's flush. Now, of course, you'll want to nest your string. Get a nice big long piece of string, longer than you probably think you need. And you can also just decide on the interval. I think we chose about an inch and 1/4 in between the pennants. And you'll need a pressing mat. You might want to have something on there that you won't mind getting a little bit of glue, because when you fold this down, let's put the string in there. When you fold that down, you might get just a little bit of glue oozing out. So you'll go ahead and iron that down, making sure that your string, is right where you want it. Now be careful, because this part has heat and bond on it, but you won't actually be adhering anything to it, and it will get on your iron if you're not careful. So just be mindful of that. You might even want to cover it with something so that you don't get any glue on your iron. And then decide where you want the next pennant and peel off the paper and continue, and you will be finished with your pennant banner. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out any part of the Schoolhouse series from Shabby Fabrics.